The Washington Commanders' new quarterback, Jayden Daniels.
Jayden Daniels, man. I am excited to watch him against this Jets defensive front. Can Quinnen Williams get that interior pressure on him? And also, his athleticism is off the charts. So far, early reviews in Washington, very favorable for number 5 right there. And we'll have an opportunity to watch him here on Training Camp Live.
Yeah, definitely. And I know, EA, you're a big college football guy, so I know you're excited to watch him.
Quincy's a big college football video game.
Yeah, exactly. He was in the game last year. If they had it last year, I would have known a little bit more. But I know how highly touted he is. I know how exciting it is going to be to watch him. I really want to see how the defense kind of adjusts against him, right? Because it's a little bit challenging when you have a mobile quarterback. Obviously, we're not going to be able to see that in practice, but in the game, if they let him really get those reps, how can you adjust? Because as the season goes on, you're going to have those challenges, obviously, with Josh Allen out there with Buffalo.
And the Jets will see Jayden Daniels' teammate at LSU, Malik Neighbors, with the Giants when the Giants come to Florham Park in a couple weeks. But there's Jayden Daniels looking over the middle. That's a completed ball. Can't see the number of the Washington Commanders player. But also, in terms of 7-on-7.
This is 7-on-7.
Yeah, like how much from a defensive, offensive standpoint are you actually taking out of 7?
Yeah, so it's tough as defensively because you don't get the pressure, right? And the pressure, I always say the defensive line is the heartbeat of the defense. So if you can't get that pressure, then the DBs are really covering them much longer than they need to. So it makes it a challenge. Guys are still getting their footwork together out here. You can see some guys slipping around, but it's a good way to just understand your coverages, right? Be in the right space as a defense. Make sure it's hard for this guy to read what's going on, and then just try to make the play.
That's Marcus Mariota, isn't it?
Yeah,
number 0.
A little completion over the middle, and number 29 for the Jets, of course, Jarek Bernard-Converse, who's gotten some very valuable reps here this summer because we saw Sauce Gardner miss a couple practices, and Michael Carter's been dealing with the ankle. I don't anticipate MC2 to be out there today.
No, I definitely do not expect him to be out there today. And, yeah, interesting, in the 7-on-7s, you were seeing reps switch off between the 1s, the 2s, and 3s every snap, whereas the Jets so far to this point in practice when they do 7-on-7 it's Aaron Rodgers with the first team for an extended period of time, then Tyrod, then typically Andrew Peasley. So that seems to be a little bit of a shakeup there. But right there, that's Garrett Wilson completing or catching a ball, you would imagine, from Taylor.
Yeah. We've been seeing that all summer. Yes. Number 5 catching the football, the crowd going nuts out here on open public days, and he's getting practice started off the right way, and maybe he had a couple pleasantries for the Commanders' defensive backfield there, Q.
Yeah, these are exciting times. I remember 2018 we went against Washington in practice, and it's always fun to have that battle, right? Because I think a lot of guys flip a switch when you're playing against somebody else. In training camp, you have a switch, but there's a whole nother level when you're playing against another team. There's less friendliness there. I'm not going to see when I go to the locker room.
Peasley over the middle to a young rookie running back, Isaiah Davis. What I've seen from the rookie running backs here, Braylon Allen and Isaiah Davis, they're both comfortable catching the ball out of the backfield.
Yes, definitely. They have those skill sets, and that's what you need, especially in this offense.
This is Quincy's guy right here, college football 25, 24, Adrian Martinez.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Right there, baby.
Somebody did you wrong in the back on that switch. Jayden Daniels, getting back to him a little bit.
Yeah.
His last 2 years with LSU, 57 touchdown passes, 7 interceptions.
Yeah, ridiculous. Ridiculous.
And not only can he throw it, he can run with it.
And supposedly, as it stands, we anticipate to see him Saturday at noon at MetLife Stadium. To your point, we don't know.
At least for a little bit.
Yeah.
It's an anticipation that he'll the rookie gets out there.
Yeah, I think it makes sense, right? I think just giving him some opportunities. You want him to be your guy this year. I know there's been kind of a wave of let's not put too many guys out there, but I think, with less camp time and less preseason time, it's imperative for these guys to get as many reps as possible.
Yeah. So let's go back down to the field with Brian Baldinger watching some one-on-ones here at Jets Commanders practice. What's happening on the field now, Baldy?
We got one-on-ones right now going on between Washington's offensive line and the Jets' defensive front. And here's Will McDonald going up against their rookie right here in Washington. Nice job right now. Yeah.
Chris Paul.
But he started with power. He started with power, and then he went to a spin. So, no, but here we go. So watch the takeoff. All right. Nice. You see that dip? See that dip right there? He could have just grabbed some grass right there on that.
Williams, that's what he's been looking for. He wants to get as many opportunities to do that. Quincy Williams was really high on our guy Will McDonald here, and I really want to see him get those opportunities this weekend and today.
That's something I've also liked what I've seen here early in camp is Braden McGregor, undrafted free agent for Michigan, wearing number 91. I think he's had a nice camp. The defensive line greens over the last couple practices, I think, have gotten after the Jets' offensive line. I think we might continue to see that today against the Commanders. If you look across the board, at least from a front line perspective, the Jets might give them some fits.
Absolutely. And another one of those undrafted free agents, Eric Watts out of UConn.
Yes.
Where number 58, he's a tall player. He's a physical player. And I think that he's also been off to a really nice start. But this is, we were talking about Will McDonald. We saw him for a couple reps there. He's someone that I think a lot of Jets fans have circled because of, it's perhaps unjust seeing the jump from Jermaine Johnson year one to year two and be like, oh, Will McDonald, just do the same thing. Jermaine is a Pro Bowl player. Yeah. He's a fantastic player. I'm not saying Will McDonald cannot become that, but I will say take a look at what Will McDonald did with a limited amount of snaps last year. Assuming he's stronger this year, EA, you'd imagine, given the freaky traits, he'd be set for a jump. I'm just not quite sure it's fair to say he's going to have the same jump as Jermaine.
No, different bodies.
Yeah.
And you saw that coming out. But with that being said, the Jets, to a man, have said that Will McDonald is stronger in year two, and you would anticipate that being the case after having a full offseason of work with the Jets' strength staff. Now, for him, it's taking that next step with these joint practices against the Commanders, the Panthers, and the Giants. This is an important preseason for him.
And we'll see what happens. And again, joint practice today, game Saturday at noon. I believe the weather is looking actually pretty nice Saturday. Wow. It was supposed to be rainy. Now it's supposed to be sunny. We'll see what happens. Thanks for tuning in to Training Camp Live, presented by Honda. Make sure to check out NewYorkJets.com for all your joint practice and all your practice coverage.